Friends, today we will talk about a divine saint known as Baba Haidakhan, Baba Haidakhan or Mahavatar Babaji. He was also renowned as Munendra Baba in this incarnation. In Haidakhan, located in Uttarakhand, about 10 or 12 miles away from the village, Sri Munendra Maharaj manifested himself. The residents of the area would witness a massive light at the top of the mountain every night, which would disappear after some time. These divine visions left the villagers amazed, and they firmly believed that this light was the divine light of some deity. One day, all the villagers gathered at the spot and began earnestly praying to the deity. After some time, they saw a divine saint emerging from the light, who appeared to be around 20 to 25 years old. The villagers felt blessed to have witnessed the divine person, and beseech him to come to their village. Upon hearing their plea, the divine lord came to the village. Arrangements for his stay was made at the home of a forest guard named Dharm Singh Ji. According to the order of Munendra Maharaj, Dharm Singh Ji would arrange meals etc. for him, and lock the door from outside before he would go for the duty. One day, some villagers decided to open the door to have a glimpse of the divine lord, as the guard was away for his duty. They opened the door and to their utter surprise, they found that the divine saint was not inside the house. It is known that in many instances, Munendra Maharaj would manifest at different places and then become invisible. He would radiate like the shining sun, emitting divine light. Moreover, local people had seen him perform rituals like water havan and panchagni bath or fire bath. It is said that Babaji used to walk a little above the ground, leaving no footprints, and would become invisible after walking a certain distance. In 1911, when Munendra Maharaj visited Prayagraj and returned after taking a holy bath at Triveni Sangam, a photographer named Saurabh wanted to take his photograph. He managed to take two photos simultaneously, and when the photos were developed, to his surprise two distinct types of photos got developed, one of him dressed in a kurta and cap, and the other as a naked ascetic. This left everyone astonished, and they realized that Munendra Maharaj was a highly divine and elevated saint. Once, a devotee asked Munendra Maharaj about the marks of wounds on his back. Maharaj Ji replied that these wounds were inflicted during the Mahabharat war. This indicated that his body was from the Dwapar Yuga, that is the Bronze Age, and his age was over 5,000 years. Munendra Maharaj's lifestyle was very simple. He was tall, fair, and had a graceful body. People said that when he opened his fist, a pleasant fragrance would emanate. No one had ever seen him sleeping. A devotee who stayed with him for 6 months said that he never saw Maharaj Ji sleeping, as he always sat in a Siddhasana posture or cross-legged position. He usually wore a white kurta, cap, and a dhoti. His speech was slow, and his language was divine. It is said that he had no fixed form, and would sometimes appear as a young man, and at other times as an elderly person to some people. During Munendra Baba's divine play period, many devotees had a vision of him in the form of Lord Shiva. One of them was a devotee named Shiromni. Shiromni Ji had a desire to offer Ganga water collected from Gangotri to Lord Shiva at Rameshwaram. In his dream, his beloved Lord Ram appeared and instructed him to visit Almora instead and worship Baba Munendra Maharaj, as he was none other than Lord Shiva himself in person. Shiromni Ji obeyed the divine order and went to Almora, where he met Munendra Maharaj. He was overjoyed upon having darshan of Munendra Maharaj and bought a dhoti, kurta, and cap from the market. He then performed the worship of Munendra Babaji with great devotion, and poured the sacred Ganga water brought from Gangotri on his head. Munendra Maharaj was pleased by the devotion of the disciple and appeared to him in the form of Lord Shiva, the same form as is described in the Puranas. Sri Thakur Gumnam Singh Naula, also known as Bhakt Gumani Ji, was an ardent devotee of Munendra Maharaj. Bhakt Gumani Ji lived in a nearby village from Haldwani. Once Munendra Baba stayed with him at his house for a year, and manifested to him as Lord Shiva. Once, a learned person asked Babaji about the universal form of God. Munendra Baba asked him to close his eyes and chant for a while. When the person opened his eyes, he saw the divine universal form of Sri Bhagwan all around. Wherever he looked, everywhere he saw the same form of Munendra Maharaj wearing his cap and kurta. Once, Munendra Bhagwan visited Sri Badrinath Dham with his devotees. There, devotees were being served khichdi as a prasad, and the priest wished to offer prasad to Baba as well. However, Babaji remained seated in meditation and did not accept the prasad. The priest felt that this was an insult to God and Goddess, Lakshmi Narayan, and went to inform the head priest, Ravalji, about the incident. Ravalji was greatly surprised to hear about it and went personally to request Munendra Maharaj to have prasad. But Munendra Maharaj again did not accept the prasad and instead came out and sat on a large stone outside the temple. This saddened the priest. It is said that Lord Narayan, along with Goddess Lakshmi, appeared at that moment with a tray of prasad, and only then did Sri Munendra Maharaj accept the prasad. This event was later revealed to Ravalji in a dream by Lord Badrinath himself and had declared that Munendra Maharaj, also famous as Baba Haidakhan, was Lord Shiva himself. This incident was later narrated by Ravalji himself and is recorded in the books as well. Shri Moti Singh Ji, a resident of Devguru, narrated the story of Panchagni Tapasya. He said that during his childhood, he used to go with his mother to see Munendra Maharaj's Panchagni Tapasya. In the month of Vaishakh, which falls during April to May month, Munendra Maharaj would pile up several mounds of wood and cow dung cakes at different distances and sit among them. Through the power of yoga, he would ignite the fire himself. At that time, Baba would be covered by a thin cloth, surrounded by blazing fire on all sides. Whenever the fire started to weaken, more wood would be added to the pile. The people who came to witness were terrified, fearing that Baba's body would be consumed by the fire. However, when the fire decreased, Munendra Maharaj's body would shine like the sun, and no one could gaze directly at him. When he would rise and remove his cloth, surprisingly water would be dripping from the cloth. At one point in time, Munendra Maharaj sat in meditation in one posture surrounded by the fire continuously for 45 days. He came out only after earnest requests from devotees. Such intense penances were performed by Munendra Maharaj for the welfare of the people of the world. Munendra Maharaj was building a Shiva temple in Haidakhan. Planks went out of stock, and fetching more planks for the roof would have taken at least 15 days more. This put pressure as workers were left idle. When Munendra Maharaj came to know about it, he drew measurements for the planks on a large stone using a chalk and pencil. After that, the stone split by itself into planks, which were then used to complete the roof of the temple. Even today, the planks appear as though they were beautifully crafted by a skilled artisan, and the temple, also known as Astikon Temple, that is 8-Kon Temple, still stands today in Haidakhan Ashram. On another occasion, Munendra Maharaj was at his ashram in Rani Bagh. During a solar eclipse, some devotees expressed the interest of having holy bath at Kurukshetra. So these devotees left for Kurukshetra, and rest were at Rani Bagh itself. When the devotees reached Kurukshetra, they found Munendra Baba already there. They took bath with him during the solar eclipse. After they returned to Rani Bagh, they were amazed to see Munendra Maharaj already sitting there in the ashram. They wondered how he had arrived earlier. The devotees who were already in ashram insisted that Baba had not gone anywhere and was with them only in the ashram even during the eclipse time. This caused debate among devotees and later turned into dispute. Munendra Maharaj intervened by saying all of them were speaking the truth. This demonstrated that Munendra Maharaj could appear in multiple bodies at multiple places at the same time and be present with his devotees anywhere at any time. Somvari Babaji, a very high and revered saint from Padmpuri, Uttarakhand, used to treat Munendra Maharaj with great respect. Whenever Munendra Maharaj visited him, Somvari Babaji would make him sit on his seat, and Somvari Baba would himself sit at his feet, addressing Munendra Maharaj as Pitaji or Father. This shows the immense respect Somvari Baba had for Munendra Maharaj and also reflects the magnificent personality of Munendra Maharaj. Once, Munendra Maharaj was playing with children in Kathgariya. The children asked Baba to play hide and seek. Munendra Maharaj chose to hide. When Baba hid, he could not be found, even after a long search. Towards the evening, the children and even adults became tired and worried, and they prayed to Baba to reveal himself. Then, from a nearby tree, Baba's sweet voice came from Cuckoo and said, "I have been here the whole day as a bird, enjoying your conversations." After saying this, Baba manifested himself. This incident revealed that Baba could take any form at will, whenever he desired. Once, the son of Sri Munendra Maharaj's devotee, Sri Gumani Ji, named Jai Singh Ji, passed away. He was ill for some time and despite receiving treatment, his condition had worsened. When Jai Singh Ji passed away, his father, Sri Gumani Ji, was away from home and was not aware of the demise of his son. On his way back, he encountered Maharaj at a Shiva temple, who said, "Come, I will accompany you to your home." When they both arrived at the house, there was a large crowd, and the family was in mourning. However, Sri Gumani Ji, being an ardent devotee, maintained his calm. Sri Munendra Maharaj, using freshly grown grass, squeezed its juice into the diseased child's mouth, and by the grace of the Lord, the child came back to life. Out of love, Babaji stayed in that house for a year. The place still exists, and some items used by Babaji then are preserved there. In another incident, a young man was suffering from a rare illness, and after some time, he passed away. When the Yamdoots or messengers of death came to take him, Munendra Maharaj appeared and they fled. The Lord granted the young man life and blessed him with a long life. Sri Vishnu Dutt Shastri Ji, a renowned poet from Rajgarh and a devotee, shared the story in his book as how Babaji gave life to his daughter, Saraswati. During the time when Shastri Ji was writing Sad Shiv Charitamrit, his daughter, Saraswati contracted typhoid, and her condition worsened. Despite the treatment by known doctors, there was no hope. Shastri Ji became anxious as her condition deteriorated. In his distress, he prayed in front of a picture of Munendra Maharaj. He felt some relief after the prayer, and forgot his worry. He composed 11 verses of the Sankat Mochan Sadashiv Stotra, and offered them to the Lord. Soon afterward, he found Saraswati regaining consciousness. A 10th grade student named Ramcharan, who lived in the temple, was with Shastri Ji. One night, while studying at midnight, he found Sri Munendra Maharaj, dressed in a kurta and cap, standing in the courtyard. At the same time, Sri Mahendra Baba also joined, despite the door being locked from the inside. Sri Mahendra Maharaj asked for Shastri Ji, and was told he was asleep. He then inquired about Saraswati's condition, and Ramcharan told him that she was improving. Sri Mahendra Maharaj ordered not to wake her up. The student then asked the question, "The one with you, referring to Munendra Maharaj, is the one whom Shastri Ji worships?" Sri Mahendra Maharaj gestured in positive affirmation, and told him to be quiet. The student fell at Baba's feet and said, "Maharaj, if I pass, I will offer prasad of 5 annas." Babaji, in his compassion, blessed him, saying, "You will pass, and you will also get a job. You are very poor, 5 annas is too much, even a single paisa would be sufficient." After this, both divine forms disappeared into the sky. The boy feared on their disappearance also found that the door was locked inside. He then woke up Shastri Ji and recounted the whole event. To calm him, Shastri Ji explained that Baba Haidakhan and Mahendra Maharaj performed such divine plays to bless their devotees. Saraswati Ji's health improved eventually, and the student passed his exams with first class. Later, without any recommendations, he also secured a good job as per divine verdict. Mr. Nail of Crescenders, a famous actor from Sweden and the owner of a well-known company in Germany, was a philanthropist with a high level of spiritual progression. He had been living in the United States for years and was quite famous there. He was a pure vegetarian and was in his late 60s. One night while sleeping in Moscow, Russia, he had a dream in which he saw Sri Munendra Maharaj. His wife, who was in Leningrad, also had a similar dream. The next day, when they met, they realized that both had experienced the same vision. Eager to meet the divine yogi, they decided to come to India. After spending some time in Pondicherry and Arunachal Pradesh, they still didn't find peace. They then received an inner calling that led them to Almora, where they stayed at a place called Kasari for 2 years. Here, they had several visions of the Lord, similar to what they had experienced in Moscow. Blessed by their guru, they created a beautiful artistic statue of the Lord as a memento of this divine event. The statue is now enshrined in a temple in Kausani, where it is worshipped. A famous event in modern times is described in the autobiography of a yogi by Sri Paramahansa Yogananda, which mentions Mahavatar Babaji, who is considered the guru of Yogananda's guru's guru. It is believed that in 1861, Lahiri Mahashaya, Yogananda's guru's guru, was initiated by Munendra Maharaj, and thus, Munendra Maharaj was none other than Mahavatar Babaji. The Shiv Mahapurana, an ancient sacred text, briefly describes the descent of Lord Shiva at the beginning of the Kali Yuga. Lord Shiva, speaking to Lord Brahma, says that in the 28th Dwapara Yuga, when Lord Vishnu would be born as the sage Vyapan Vyas, the son of Parshara, he will also incarnate as a brahmacharya celibate and through the power of yoga will bless people. Around 1920, Sri Munendra Maharaj set out for the Kailash Yatra from Kadghariya Dham near Haldwani. His devotees wanted to accompany him, but he didn't take anyone along. He arrived in Askut, where King Khadag Man Singh Ji, along with the royal family, warmly hosted him at their palace. After some time, Babaji told the king that he would leave for forever. The king tried to persuade him to stay, but Babaji insisted on leaving. Out of reverence, the king himself carried Babaji's palanquin out of the palace and later handed it to his employees. When Babaji reached the confluence of the Kali and Gori rivers, which marks the border of Nepal and India, Babaji got down from the palanquin and ordered his attendants to return. The attendants obeyed but kept watching Babaji from a distance. They were in awe to find Babaji firmly standing in middle of the torrent of the river. In a few moments, Babaji's form became radiant and then disappeared into the divine light. Although Babaji's physical presence ceased, he continued to bless his devoted followers, and before leaving he had told his devotees, "I will come again." Devotees now were eagerly waiting for his manifestation. This was a brief story of Munendra Maharaj, the previous incarnation of Haidakhan Baba. We hope this has given you some insight into the life of the Lord. We will meet again in a new episode with the continuation of his story. Until then, Jai Bhole Baba.